Hi guys, this is Todd with Real Active Wellness. Thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to do an extension of a previous video, which was a hip flexor stretch. So this is going to be a hip flexor, really part 2. We're going to take it to a new level. The first video was about 9 minutes, so the hip flexor stretch is pretty detailed. It's a muscle that we should stretch frequently. It's a muscle that's rarely stretched well, so I really wanted to take the time with that one. This one's not going to take as much time, but the effectiveness is unbelievable. So we're going to add a fascial component to it. What you learned in hip flexor video 1 is essentially going to apply, and we're going to add a piece to it. So what I want you to do is get down in your half kneeling position, and all the same stuff applies. I'm not going to go through it all right now because I did in the previous video, but I'm just going to do it. Kick the back foot out, tuck the tail, so on and so forth. Now, how I influence the spine is going to be a little bit different. So rather than side bending and rotating, I'm not going to side bend anymore, but I'm going to get my arms involved. And because our fascial system goes throughout our entire body, there's no beginning, there's no end, that means that if I stretch the tissues here, it's going to affect every other tissue in my body. It's just a matter of to what extent. So to really focus on getting more of the fascial stretching of the iliopsoas complex, what we're going to do is position the arms straight forward like so. The shoulders are down, the elbows are fully extended, the wrists are fully extended, and your fingers are splayed. So once you're in that position, you're going to turn pinky side, pinkies turn toward each other, really big fingers. You're in your hip flexor stretch already, so I'm tucking my tail, flattening my spine, pushing my hands, and then I'm going to begin to rotate as I'm tucking my tail, trying to keep my arms parallel. You'll see people be out here. I want you to keep your arms parallel for good scapular position. Fingers are stretched out, and I'm rotating as much as I possibly can. And I'm just holding that position. As you hold that position, when you're done with your, say, 45 to 60 seconds, then you'll slowly come back to neutral and come out of the stretch. Whenever you add a fascial component to your stretch, come out of the stretch nice and slow. So you get into it slow, you're in a good position. I tuck the tail, I rotate, I'm really stretching my fingers, pulling back my fingernails, extending the wrists and the elbows as much as I can. When I've had enough, I slowly return back to center and then come out of the stretch. Again, that will stretch the fascial component of the psoas. And here's some cool parts about that. The fascia, the psoas, actually attaches to the diaphragm, which is your primary breathing muscle. It also attaches to the stomach. Most people have really tight hip flexors. Most people struggle with breathing. They have very limited movement of the diaphragm, so they become chest breathers. You can reference my breathing videos for that. More information about that, I should say. The other thing is a lot of people have digestive problems, particularly with stomach pH, indigestion, acid reflux, GERD, and so on. So by stretching the fascia of the iliopsoas complex, we can actually begin to improve breathing patterns and take stress off of some of our digestive challenges. So I hope you enjoyed the hip flexor stretch part 2. Master part 1 first. Once you got the hang of that, you can add the ELDOA components to get the fascial stretching. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, please visit us on Facebook, Real Active Wellness. Thank you so much.